Hello, everyone. So, big congrats to everyone who's long the supply that was given in advance. Big shout out to you lot. Now, also, before we get going today, I just wanted to take some time to give a big shout out to everyone who's joined the family lately. Shout out. Oh, we've got 4 followers. Nice. Shout out to Bray Dentipa. Shout out to Ionita. Shout out to Pac Algo. Shout out to MJ. Is that Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson? Which one? Shout out to all of you lot. Shout out to Reza. Shout out to Scott. All right. Shout out to Zaina. Shout out to Up Nathan. Shout out to all of you lot. Hope you are enjoying these signals and you are making serious cheddar. So today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin price action and what's been going on. Now, Bitcoin's been playing this bearish game lately, hasn't it? Bitcoin's given us this nice little rally up from this old range, played around. It's SFP, that prior high, has rotated down, breaking structure. Expectation order flow is none other than a lower high for a lower low. But is that to say that's exactly what's going to happen? Well, who knows? That's the question. So we don't really know. We don't care. We're going to plan accordingly and trade our plan. Now, I wasn't planning on doing a video today, but I figured, again, this week is going to be extremely busy. Oh, that's my alert going off. I'm going to take a look at that in a second. This week is going to be extremely busy, so why not quickly put out the video so that you guys know what you're looking at, what levels you're waiting for as the week progresses. But let's do a quick recap of our last trade. Now, on February 25th, which is the tail end of last month, what we said was, we're looking to play Bitcoin based on where we are right now. So we clearly said, hey, we've broken out of this range bearishly. If we get out of this deviation threshold, then we're looking for some more bearish action. But we're looking to get a nice reaction because we realize this is a bearish break, a nice counter trend model 2, which will lead to a potential retracement for some follow through. But that retracement, we can catch that retracement here at 84K, or we can catch it here at 82K, or we can catch it at about, the 78K / 79K. So let's take a look what happened. So we didn't quite catch it at 84. Did not quite catch it at 81, but we did get a juicy trade at 79K. All right. So if you did catch that risk to reward looks marvelous. It just looks so nice. It looks so nice. Even if, I'm pretty sure we didn't get a confirmation here and here, but even if you long here, and long there, and put 3 limit orders, right? Now, you would have lost 1x there. You would have lost 1x there. But I'm pretty sure you would have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 11x on the third signal. So let's see how that transpired. Well, I've kind of deleted it now, but I'll quickly show you what happened. So if we time travel, let's go back in time. So as of the trade, we're looking at this level, waiting patiently. That 24-minute zone is that third zone we reacted from. All right, we're waiting patiently. We drop down to the 15-minute and we're saying, right, what is Bitcoin doing? Do I get a confirmation? Can I enter a trade here? All right, so let's play. So as we come down, we keep coming down. All right, this is a bit slow. So we go up to the 30. So we're watching the price action. We're creating lower lows and lower highs. That's fine. That's what we expect. We're on a downtrend. Downtrend is creation of low lows and low highs. All right, so we create some more low lows. All right, another low low, bang. So now we've tagged our zone. Look, we've tagged our zone. That's the zone we were watching out for. Did we get a confirmation? Did we get a change in market structure? Now, some of you might be thinking, yeah, TJ, you always put these levels and you say, it smashes every single time, but I can't seem to enter these trades myself. What's going on? Well, the reason is you're not watching your market structure. If we look at our market structure based on this, we've got low, low, lower, high, low, 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 high, potential low, 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 high, for another flush down. All right, so we're tracing that, we're tracking that. All right, and then bang. Well, look at that. Not bad. Not bad at all. What do I see? Why am I saying bang? I'm saying bang because first of all, I realize we have broken structure here internally. Okay, so as we can see, nice little break of structure there internally. I'll just show you that quickly. Bang, that's where the break happened. Boom. As soon as we got that break, nice little retracement there, off we go. Very simple. So if you were looking to enter a trade there, you would probably have put your long right around there. So you even came back. You even came back to mitigate this zone. We have a zone here. For those of you who can see this, we have a nice little zone here. You even came back to mitigate that zone. There we go, right there. So you could have put your order there to enter that trade, and then you would pretty much be in some stupendous, disgusting profits right now. Look at that, 11x, 11x. Well, let's play that out to see how that went. All right, so again, we're tracing our structure. We've got low lows, high lows, and high highs, which is characteristic of an uptrend. Okay, so all good. Everything is nice, fine, and dandy. We're moving up. We're moving up. No reason to panic. The only reason to panic is, first of all, hey, we are headed to this, swing structure high because we had down, up, down. So we've broken the structure here, which meant this is the target. So we're heading here. But the only reason to panic was we did start to distribute at that level. And what I mean by that is we did start to create a nice little range at that level. And we can see that range clearly here because we've got the range high over there. We've got a nice little range high and then we've got our range low. So this is a range we started to create. All right, so that's the only reason to panic. But let's see, did we get a structure confirmation, going into that range that could have meant we needed to get out of our trade? Well, let's take a look. As we take a look at that range, we've got our structure telling us that we have, a high low, high low, high. Now, if we start to close below this level, then we should look to get out of that trade. All right, so we do come back down. And some of you might think, yes, this is a close, but let's just investigate this. Was this an actual close? It may look like the close to the unexperienced eyes, but if I was to investigate this further, let's just take a look. It's kind of wiki. It's quite wiki. It's quite wiki. Let's go on a high time frame, the 30. See, what I'm looking at, guys, right now is the low of this bar. Okay, compared to the close of this bar, they are very close, very similar. And all we've got after that is wick. All right. So if I go to the higher time frame, okay, I guess on a 45 minute. Now on a 45 minute, this would not even be valid structure because on a 45 minute, our structure would simply be up, down, up, down, up. All right. So I would argue this is not a valid close simply because on a 30-minute, we really don't have much of a close here. It is tiny, but we don't really have much of a close. We've got a lot of wick. On the 24-minute, again, similar thing is going on. So this is where you kind of have to judge it a tiny bit. You have to judge it a tiny bit. We do have this little line here that suggests maybe we did close momentarily, but you kind of have to, judge it a tiny bit. And let's drop to the 15-minute. So again, on a 15-minute, similar thing happening, just not a decisive close. This wick, is telling us, hey, we've got some, sellers being rejected here. So price came, pushed it down. Someone stepped in immediately. And what did we see after that? Bang. We see a nice little burst. Nice little three-pointer, like that three-pointer Ray Allen shot when he played for the Miami Heats. I think it was against, is it Golden State or the Celtics? Might have been Celtics. But crazy move up. Crazy move up. All right. Now, even if you didn't catch, let's say you came out of your trade there, that's fine. If you came out of your trade there, you've still already made 5x. All right. You put 1 grand, you've just made 5 grand. You put 10 grand, you just made 50 grand. Okay. Now, if you did hold that, let's see where you'd be right now. So if you held on to that trade, you would have at least netted an 11x, almost a 12x if you round up. Very good trade. Not many banks will give you that in a year or 3 years or 5 years. All right. That is a stupid amount of money. Okay. Depending, no matter what you're risking, even if you're risking a tenner, if you risk £10 or $10, you've just made $120. All right. So very nice off of $10. Not bad. So what am I saying now? That trade's gone. If it's gone, it's gone. So we were saying, right, based on that, we have broken structure now, as far as our swing structure goes, given this grey drawing. So our structure now looks like this. low, 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 high, low, 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 high, low, low, bang, high, high. What do we expect? We look to get a retracement for a continuation up. All right. However, this is where you have to be aware of your various levels of structure and your higher time frame structure taking place. Remember, all this was to simply catch that, you know, retracement. Remember what we said in our last stream on the 20, I think it was the 25th. Go back and watch that video. We said all of this is simply just to retrace back into that old range, and this is where the flush is going to come, the real flurry. Lo and behold, what do we see right now? We see a very nice flurry down. Now, remember what I also said in that last video. I said a reaction off of this red zone is probably likely. All right. Now, involuntarily, whenever you get a range like this, and I say this time and time again, guys, whenever you get a range, you tap the range high, you come to the range low, you break down from the range low. This is your range. Let me just adjust it. All right. Whenever you get a situation like this, which is kind of what we have right now, the expectation of order flow is for price to retrace, dip back into that range for that continuation down. And that dip is basically here. This is where we expect to get a reaction from. Might have a nice little supply zone there. You might have a nice little, high volume node there to get that reaction from. But that is what we're doing right now. And right now we've done all of this. We've come down. We've carried that long up. Brilliant long 11x, easy. And then we're also looking to get that retracement down, probably another 11x, nice and easy. Okay, so that's that. Whoops, excuse me. So that's what's going on at the moment. So big congrats. But the problem is, look how close. Well, if you shorted that off of simply coming into that zone, well done, well done. I wouldn't have done that because I need to wait for my confirmation before I enter my trade. Those are just my rules, and I don't break them. Now, problem is, look how close we came to that 3 hour zone we were watching. Look how close we were. Approximately $340 away from that zone, 0.36% away from our zone. All right, crazy, very close. All right, but did we get a confirmation regardless? Okay, let's take a look. Well, as price came up, price is creating nice flurry of bullish trend bars. Okay, we didn't necessarily get a confirmation. Why didn't we get a confirmation? The reason we did not get a confirmation, because if we look at the structure on this expansion leg on the way up, the structure is simply none other than higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay, higher high. Sorry, I think we have a higher high here, higher low, and a fast sweep up. Okay, that means our critical region, all right, is that we can actually come all the way back down here and maintain bullish structure before we head back up. That is why we're looking to these zones for a nice little long play. Okay, now if price had come here, played around here for a bit, and then come up, swept that level, this is what I posted this morning. Was it this morning? Yep, it was this morning. All right, if price had come and swept that, that would make for a juicy, very juicy short. Those sort of shorts, as soon as you see that flipping market structure, you see your confirmation, just press sell. Just press sell. Don't even waste your time. Just press sell. Okay, those sort of shorts, those are the shorts you can, have a look at it and see yourself in immediate profit. Unfortunately, we didn't get that confirmation. We didn't get that flipping structure. So do we trade it? No, we do not. But if you were one of those sniper scalpers, all right, and I know quite a few people who do this. If you were one of those sniper scalpers and you said to yourself, do you know what? Forget this confirmation business. I'm going to go to the lower time frame because I know what I'm doing. Okay. And I'm going to look to see what can I play in this zone, in this little box. And what you could have done is you could have said, you know what? Let me even drop to the 3 minute, and let me see the structure on the way up. As soon as I see a flip, I'm going to short that flip, knowing that I am reacting off of the premium of our zone or the premium of our range, all right, to get that short. So what would that look like? Well, that would look like this. Price is creating high highs, high lows, high highs, high low, high high, high low. I think this would be the next. We've got a high high there. Oh, excuse that. High low. Would I call this a high high? Let's check. Let's check quickly. No, that would be a straight sweep there. Okay. So this would be what our structure would look like on a 2 minute. This is if we're forcing it, guys. Yeah. If we're really forcing it, we're really bored. We've got a few grand to throw away, which I would not recommend. Then you'd wait to see where does that flipping structure take place. Well, that flipping structure, not the flipping structure, the flip in structure, it takes place right there. All right. So we get that breaking structure, bang. We get the retracement. This is where you'd have looked to enter that trade. You look to enter that short there. Where would you put your stop loss? You'd put your stop loss. If you wanted to be super safe, you put it all the way up there at this range high. Okay. But if you wanted to be a tad bit risky, you put it here. Okay. Now we could have easily entered that one. Now that one would have netted you probably more than I think more than what we already made. 20x. So you need to take some time and realize these numbers. 20x is a stupid amount of money. 20x. That means you have just made 20x. Is that? Pretty sure that's 2,000%. All right. You just made whatever you made times 20 of whatever you've put in times 20 in one trade in the space of 19 hours. Not bad. That is not bad. So let's say you're on a nice cushy 50k salary a year. You've got a trading account of just 1k because you're on a conservative thing. You're waiting. You're progressing as a trader. You're in year 1, year 2, year 3. And you said, what? I've got my nice 1k account, and I'm gonna just risk out of that 1k account because I'm only risking 1%. What's 1% of 1k? That's about 10 grand. You've just made 200 pounds, not 10 grand, sorry, $10 or £10. You just made 200 pounds off of that trade. Okay. You've made a fifth of your account size on that one trade. Okay. Anyways, that's just putting it in perspective for you guys so you know what's going on. All right. But if you do want to learn how to trade like this, and read the markets the way I do, don't forget to hit me up. There's a course for that. All right. So where are my next trades? My next trade is, as I said, unfortunately, we didn't get an entry there. Not an entry that I would have entered. So we are looking to see, let's break it down here. Price can do one of a few things. It's either price says, I'm coming down for that continuation and I'm dropping all the way down, maybe to this level. All right. Sweeping all these fair value gaps and liquidity. Or price says, well, you know what? This flipping structure that I had here is going to hold. Not only is it going to hold, that uptrend that I've already generated is going to hold. So what that looks like is price decides to go, low, 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 high, low, high, high, low for another high, higher, low, high, all the way back up to this range high. Now that's what the bulls are looking for, especially the people who are holding their bags in altcoins and the people who are holding their crypto bags. They are praying to the gods of crypto that is the case. All right. Because they do not want to see, I'll tell you what they do not want to see. They do not want to see us heading back to this old range. And they definitely do not want to see us losing that old range. Why? Because if we analyze that old range, all we can see here, all right, is a very juicy sweep of liquidity. So the moment price starts to fail this level, so let's make this nice and colorful. The moment price starts to fail that level, whoops, that is huge. That's not the kind of X you want to see. All right. So the moment price starts to fail that level, the moment price starts to fail this level, guess what's going to happen? Nice sweep. Very, very aggressive sweep. And it won't take long. And now, if you've swept that, what's to say these are going to hold? All right. So this is why people are alarmed, because just how we've got this nice little sweep here, we can have a nice little sweep here as well, which is bringing us down to stupid numbers that we don't want to see. Okay, but I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm just looking at the technicals and telling you what I see. Okay, so that's scenario number one. Scenario number two, scenario number one is if we, continue bearishly. Scenario number two is if we retrace and go bullishly again. We are coming down quite aggressively, which makes me think, we may be headed lower. Now, it's just so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate that we didn't quite get a deep retracement, or at least, a retracement with confirmation. And that happens sometimes in trading, and you have to just live with it. But anyways, the levels I've put out this morning, it stands. They all still stand. we're looking for, a long number one out of these zones that we talked about. Excuse me. So we're looking for long number one out of this zone, long number two out of this zone, because we have another supply zone in there. Okay, those are my two scalp longs that I'm looking for in the immediate short term. As far as my shorts go, if it so happens that we, price decides to start making its way all the way back up again, like this, you know, that will make this a bigger range. And if it does, I'm going to be looking to short into this supply from that range. Okay, that's kind of what I'm after. That's what I'm looking out for. I'm not forcing it. We're not doing too much. Even if we get a nice 2-3 trades this week, we're happy. Why? Because if we've got one trade that's given us nice juicy risk to reward the way it has been, then we're good. Okay. If you are looking to trade this way and you are looking to get involved with the course, don't forget to hit me up. I'm thinking of doing some live streams on YouTube on Saturdays or the weekend, where we can have live Q&As, especially for beginner traders. But let's see if I've got time and I can fit that in. But anyways, these are our levels. We've posted it this morning already. I just thought I'll put out a video for you lot, so you see what's going on. Now, let's talk macro. For those of you who are scared, those of you who are looking to get into Bitcoin now for the first time, I'll probably say, based on what happens here, if we do get a nice sweep like that, this is probably your best opportunity this year to get into crypto or get into Bitcoin. Right? For those of you who are holding altcoins, what you want to see is price play around here for a bit. Maybe do one more pump, play around here for a bit. That will give the altcoins time, all right, to do what it needs to do. Okay. But if Bitcoin decides, oh, you know what, let me calm down here a bit, well, that's not looking good. That's not looking good at all. So it's a very exciting time for the space. Make sure you stay tuned, and I will see you next time.